I'm just taking some slokas. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Janmnitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So I had to speak in English, right?
Yes, Prabhu, English.
All right. So ISKCON is celebrating, this Bhagavat. What do you call that? Bhadra Purnima. Bhadra Purnima. Good initiative. Prabhupada said, utility is our principle. So we take all opportunity that how we can give conditioned soul opportunity to get connected to Krishna. Now, Srimad-Bhagavatam is just glorious scripture. And its glory is not mentioned in one verse, but each word of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Of course, there are many Purana like Bhavishya Purana, Padma Purana, and other. They also, describe the glory of Srimad-Bhagavatam. So, first we have to understand what is Srimad-Bhagavatam. The word Srimad Bhagavatam. So how many words are there? One is Srimad. Then Bha, Ga, Va, Ta, or Ma. Okay. Now, Srimad means, Sri means Srimati Radharani. And Mad means, Pratyaya, means with the blessing. So Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but blessing of Srimati Radharani for all the fallen conditioned soul. And the blessing of Radharani is there only for one thing, and that is how we can serve Krishna. So Srimad means also beautiful, also Srimati Radharani blessing. And then Bha means Bhasate Prakasate. Srimad Bhagavatam brings the light, a spiritual light, Bhaste, like sun is known as Bhaskar. So Bhasate means brings the light in devotee life or anybody who takes shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. There are many pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, whether it's Ajamil or anybody or Dhundukari in beginning, there are many. All got enlightened by Bhagavatam. So, and as you all know, Bhagavatam are two, Grantha Bhagavat and Purusha Bhagavat. And both of them, they have same glory, and that is to enlighten one and all. So Bha, Ga means Giyate. Something can be sung. Something, is glorious to sing. Giyate Naradadibhi. So great personality like Chatuskumara, Narad, they all always glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. They go everywhere and keep chanting. Even our beloved, my beloved teacher, Master Sri Prabhupada, he used to always 3 times he used to sing the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Especially the prayer of Queen Kunti. In Los Angeles, in an apartment, he will walk up and down and sing this thing. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Para Alaksham Sarabhutanam Antarbahir Avasthita. So each devotee should learn how to sing. May I request everyone to put your, camera on so I can see, so there can be some interaction. Otherwise, I am getting depressed, becoming very impersonal. So, I mean, Zoom is impersonal, but at least let us try to make as personal as possible. That is called sadhu sangha. We have some association of devotees. If I see the bright face of all the devotees, that's very nice. Sadhu sangha. So it's just a request, up to you. So Ga means Gyate Naradadibhi. All the great personality, they sing. Va means Vartate Sarvatra. And it is available everywhere, especially in this planet. Not only here, also in Vaikuntha, also in heavenly planet, also in Goloka Vrindavan. In Goloka Vrindavan, Bhagavatam is so sweet that Sripaji Goswami wrote a special book that how it is being sung in Goloka Vrindavan. You all must have heard the name Gopal Champu. Gopal Champu is the Leela in Goloka Vrindavan. These two brothers, Nalakubar Manigriva, now Kartik is coming. So they are one who are reciting Bhagavatam in Goloka Vrindavan. So it is sung there. And in Vaikuntha, only glory of Narayan is being sung. In heavenly planet, Bhagavatam is available, but only when Naradadi go, then sometime, otherwise there are more enjoyment. But on material planet, here, it's available for one and all. Otherwise, if it's not, then why are we distributing Bhagavatam to everybody? Because it's just available. So, Vartate Sarvatra. And Ta means Taranti Saravai Janaha. Anyone who takes shelter of Bhagavatam, he will be free from the clutches of Maya. Daivi hi sagunamai mam Maya durataya. Mami vaje prapadante Maya metam tarantite. So, here on this planet, Srimad Bhagavatam was made available to us by the grace of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami is one who brought the nectarian pastime. Although Krishna spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Brahma in Chatusloki Bhagavatam, then Lord Shiva spoke to Mother Sati and Kailas. Poor Kumaraja spoke, but to us it was brought by Sukadeva Goswami. And Sukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam in Suktal, near Hastinapur, near Delhi, in Haryana today. And then later on, Sutta Goswami spoke in Naimisaranya. So these are the reference that where it came on this planet. And of course, now there are so many, we are also talking same Bhagavatam. So we have to understand how, Sukadeva Goswami got the taste of Bhagavatam. How did he was an impersonalist. There are two kinds of impersonalists. One is, called Brahma Sajujya, other is Vishnu Sajujya. So one, they are impersonalists, but they accept the Lord. Other, they don't accept the Lord. So Sukadeva Goswami was a personalist who accepted the Lord. And you all know that when he left the home, his father Vyasdeva was calling for, and he could not help to bring him back. But Srimad Bhagavatam is so glorious. When Sukadeva Goswami heard these two sloka, especially first he heard Varaha Pidam Natavarvapo Karanayo Karanikaram. The beauty of this, dancing beauty of Krishna, when he heard this thing, he was amazed. And he thought, hey, should I accept this person in my life, in my Lord and Master? But then he is so beautiful, and this thing, that thing, Mother Jasoda fed him butter and, Makhan Misri and all these things. Where from I will get all these things to do? I am Vairagi, I don't have, I'm in forest. But when he heard other verse, Aho Vakiyam Sanakala Kota, Kamva dayalu saranam brajema. Who can be more merciful? And that was the turning point of Sukadeva Goswami to come back. So the whole thing was like, sometime going back in previous life, put that way. After hearing Kamva dayalu saranam brajema, he went back in previous life, Sukadeva Goswami. How? So I will tell a little bit of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was the parrot of Srimati Radharani. And I just gave class of Radhastami in Baltimore, so it is there on my brain. So Sukadeva Goswami was parrot of Srimati Radharani. And he used to chant the name Radhe, 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 always. And he was residing in Kunja. There are Kunja and Kunja. Kunja is one where Krishna resides. And Nikunja is one where Srimati Radharani resides. So he resides in Nikunja, and he was only chanting Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. So one day, Srimati Radharani took that parrot on her hand, and she started massaging him very nicely, lovingly. So that is the way that if we want any devotee to do some nice service, then we should learn from Srimati Radharani as his guru to engaging us in Krishna's service. We should learn how to get the thing done. So Radharani wanted the glory of Krishna to be spread. Thus, she told Sukha, the Krishna Bada, Krishna Bada, Krishna Bada, Radha Ma Bada. This was the initiation of Sukadeva Goswami from Srimati Radharani. We say, Krishna Bada, my dear Sukha, my dear parrot, chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Radha Ma Bada, don't chant my name or Radha name. So that was the initiation. So, therefore, he is a fantastic disciple, perfect disciple, and he took the word of his guru, and he never uttered even one time the name of Radha in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Rather, indirectly he said, Anya aradito nunam bhagavan hariswa yanyo vihaya govinda. That is famous slogan. Therefore, if you see in Srimad-Bhagavatam, only two personalities. The Sri is added only with two personalities. Like Sri Sukha Uvacha, not Sri Sukadeva Uvacha. In original text, the only Sri Sukha Uvacha and Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, because Radharani is always with Bhagavan, so Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. And disciple is always with Guru. So Sukadev is always with his Guru. Therefore, it says Sri Sukha Uvacha. Otherwise, other places will see Suta Uvacha, Vyasa Uvacha, Udhava Uvacha, Gopi Uvacha. There is no Sri anywhere. I am talking original one. I am not talking nowadays. You all can say it is there. But anyway, it's some technical thing, but yes, it's there. Now, why Radharani wanted this glorification is mentioned here in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Krishne Swadhama Pagate Dharma Jnana Divisaha Kalau Nastan Drisam Esam Purano Ark Adunodita. This Bhagavad Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So this was the understanding of Srimati Radharani. And she didn't want the sun, Krishna, to set ever. So she did what we call nowadays strategic planning. I have hard time to pronounce even the name. you all know, a strategic planning. Radharani made a strategic planning for the people of Kali Yuga. It's a person who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Puranas. So this is the duty of Guru. So Srimati Radharani made all the arrangements so we can get the light. Now, it is known as Krishna's body. Bhagavatam is none different from Krishna. It is Krishna himself, Bhagavatam. Idam Bhagavatam namam Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttam Sloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nisresaya Lokasya Dhanya Swastanam Mahat. It says, this Srimad Bhagavatam is literally incarnation of God. And it is compiled by Sri Vyasadeva, Srila Vyasadeva. The incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. And it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. So, it is said here, Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God. So Bhagavatam should look like God. So in this Bhagavatam, there are 12 cantos. And the 12 canto makes the form of the Lord. In Padma Purana, he said, Padau Yadiyo Prathamadityo. This first canto and second canto of Bhagavatam is the lotus feet of Krishna. Padau Yadiyo Prathamadityo. Tritiyo Titiyo Chaturtho Kathito Yaduru. And the third and fourth canto is compared as the jangha or thigh of the Lord. Nabhis tatha pancham eva sasto. And the navel is considered as fifth canto Srimad Bhagavatam. The navel is very powerful to give a lot of information you get from the navel. So Bhagavatam, fifth canto describes, so many information. Anyway, Sasto Bhujantar the Jugatatanyo. Then this sixth and seventh canto is described by two hands. And eighth canto is as the chest. Kanthas Turajan Namo Yadiyo. And this ninth canto is compared as Kantha or throat of the Lord. Mukha Rabindam Dasamam Prafullam. And the 10th canto is described as the face of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ekadaso Yas Lalata Pattam. And the forehead is described as, 11th canto is described as forehead. Shiro Piyadvadasa Eva Bhati. And 12th canto Bhagavatam is described as the head of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this makes the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When it's a literary incarnation, that's become the power. That's it. Namami Devam Karunanidhanam Tamala Varanam Suhitavataram Apara Sansara Samudra Setum Bhajamahe Bhagavata Sarupam. We worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is, embodiment, Bhagavata Sarupa. Bhagavatam has appeared as his very self, Bhagavata Sarupa. He said, I bow down to the Lord, the ocean of mercy, whose color is like that of a tamala tree, and who appears in the world for the welfare of all. I worship him as the bridge for crossing the unfathomable ocean of material existence. Srimad Bhagavatam has appeared as his very self. So they are some of the importance of Bhagavatam. But in this verse, it said the purpose of Bhagavatam. Idam Bhagavatam namam Puranam Brahmsamitam Uttam Sloka Charitam. It contains the pastime of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, when we talk about pastime, we should not talk only about 10th canto. And that's where people do mistake. So Sukadeva Goswami here spoke. He divided Srimad Bhagavatam. The content of Srimad Bhagavatam is of 10. Atra Sarga Visargasya Asthanam Poshana Utaya Manavantar Isam Katha Nirodha Mukti Asaya. And this has again, systematic understanding. The first canto, second canto, as I said, they are the leg. So you need a base somewhere. On that base, this is also called Dharmasthali, Dharmastambha. So these are the Dharmastambha. The first canto and second canto are the Dharmastambha. So whenever any, granth or any book is written, the writer or a speaker thinks of 4 things. Visayah cha adhikari cha granthasya prayojanam sambandhastha chaturo iti anubandha chatushtayam. Anubandha chatushtayam, to writing any book, if you all want to write any book. So we learn from here. So Sukadeva Goswami, what did he do? The 4, of course, they contain 10 subject matter, but prior to that, if you see whole in holistic way, then 4 things are there. One is Visaya. What is topic described in Srimad Bhagavatam? And topic is described about the relationship with Krishna, and who is Uttama Sloka Charita, which is like glorious pastime of the Lord. This is Visaya. Second is Adhikari, who is the recipient of Srimad Bhagavatam, who can understand Bhagavatam, who can hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Everybody cannot hear Srimad Bhagavatam. When Sukadeva Goswami was going to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, and the demigod, they heard he is going to speak Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit, who is on deathbed. So they came with nectarian pot. And they say, hey, why are you going to, give this Bhagavatam to this king? He's going to die anyway. Better tell us. And in return, we are ready to give this nectarian pot. So when he dies, then you can make him drink, and then he'll come to life. So Gurudeva said, get out from here, you rascal. You are not recipient for this Bhagavatam. You want to trade with me? You want to do business with me? Bhagavad is meant for business. But it is Nisreyasaya Lokasya. Nisreyasaya. To bring the ultimate good to people in general. And that's why Sukadeva Goswami was giving. So, Visayascha Adhikarischa. First, it describes what is subject matter. Second is Adhikaricha, who is recipient. Third is Granthasya Prayojanam. What is the ultimate goal of this Grantha? The ultimate goal of Bhagavatam is give love of Godhead. Prema Pumartho Maha. Give love of Godhead. And this has been described in first canto of Bhagavatam, starting first, second, and third. All this, 3 sloka describe the prayojana of Bhagavatam. Sambandhasya. What is relationship between Bhagavatam and me? What does Bhagavatam do? Because for anything, you need sambandha. Sambandha avidya prayojana. Without sambandha, you can't move anywhere. Whether sambandha with matter or spirit, doesn't matter. All this is personality of Godhead, but sambandha has to be there. Sambandha. So, chaturtho iti anubandha chatushtayam. So, these 4 Visaya, the content of Bhagavatam, adhikari, what is sapient, what is the goal of Srimad Bhagavatam, and what it has relationship with all these things. So, Visaya, Sukadeva Goswami describes 10 Visaya. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshanam utaya manamantar isanukatha nirodha mukti asraya. First is called sarga, the primary creation, which is created by none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Karanyoksai Vishnu. Then that is called Pradhan. And then there are 24 Tattva in Pradhan. And then called Visarga, when the Lord gave those created things in hand of Brahma to start creating, that is called Mahatattva. So from Pradhan, he gave to Brahma, but it was in, solid condition, like ice. So Brahma could not create. So the Lord had to put a glance. Kala prachodaya. Lord glance over. This became a 25th element. And that God given to Brahma to create. So these are described in 3rd canto and 4th canto. To see the systematic arrangement of the Lord for us, for our pleasure. Just if you want to build a house, then you have to have material first. So material is created by Karanyoksai Vishnu. And then a builder will come and build a house. That's Brahma. Brahma is the builder, is the contractor who will build this planet. And then, just like if you build a house, then you have, puja room, you have bedroom, you have bathroom, you have kitchen, all these arrangements are there in the house. Same way in this universe, there are so many planetary systems are there, Bhur, Swa. All the planetary systems are there. And that is described in 5th canto of Bhagavatam. And then, okay, ghar ban gaya. Okay, now I come to live in house. But there must be something to sustain myself, that is called posana, maintenance. So 6th canto of Bhagavatam talks about the maintenance part. Maintenance, our maintenance, we move to house, we need food, we need to, so many things. So Lord has arranged for the maintenance, posana. Okay, all right, all the arrangement is made in house, their food is there, everything is there. But if you have no desire to eat, if you have no hunger, can you eat? No. That is also mentioned, 7th canto of Bhagavatam, called Utaya. Utaya, karma vasna. Utaya means karma vasna, desire to enjoy. That is there in 7th canto. And then, okay, you want to enjoy, but don't eat too much. Don't sleep too much. You got your house, you got everything, you got desire. But there's some rules and regulations. Even living in your house, you have rules and regulations. Same way, here in material world, there are some rules and regulations. And those rules and regulations are given by Manu. That is described in 8th canto. So, Atra sarga visargascha asthanam poshana utaya manavantar. Manavantar, sadharma. Sadharma means, true religion. What to do, what not to do, given by Manu. Whose children we are welcome, Manusya, coming from. Anybody who follow, Prabhupada said, anybody who follows his father is called Putra, and one who don't follow his father is called Mutra. So anybody who follow, follow Manu is called Manusya, and one who don't follow Manu, they are cat, dog, and whatever. So Manusmriti is there, Manusamhita is there, rules is there. So Manavantar, Sadharma. All right. Now Sadharma is there, what to do, what not to do. All right. But goal is to enjoy. Goal is to be happy. House is built. All the, thing required to be happy. Everything is there. Desire to enjoy is there. Somebody to maintain. Desire to enjoy is there. Rules, regulations are there. But still, how to follow the rules, regulations? We can follow whimsically. We don't have idea. That comes Isanukatha. Isa means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. and anu means follower or devotee. Isanu katha. So if you want to understand Bhagavatam, you have to go to a devotee. Bhagavata sunigiya Bhagavata sthane. So devotee association is described in 9th canto of Suryavan Chandravan. When all these things is there, then enjoyment comes. That's 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Containment, nirodha, containment. And thereafter, 11th canto Mukti, 12th canto is Asraya. So this way, this is a summary study of Srimad-Bhagavatam Mahapurana. So here it is said, Uttam Asloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi. Chakara means Vyasdev. Bhagavan Rishi means Vyasdev. So, Uttam Asloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi. So, Lord incarnated, he came. This is his causeless mercy. Maya Mugdha Jiver Nai Swata Gyan. Jiver Akripaya Krishna Kaila Ved Puran. Lord appeared here out of his causeless mercy to give us, the light. Maya Mugdha Jiver Nai Swata Gyan. We don't have any knowledge about ourselves. So Lord came and gave the light through Srimad Bhagavatam. But he came as Vyasdeva. So Chakara, Chakara Bhagavan Rishi. Uttam Asloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi. Chakar can be understood in different ways, although translation said compiled. But Chakar means Vyasdev did not only compile Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasdev divided Vedas in 4. First thing. Then still people could not understand. Because what was the goal? Goal was of Lord appearing as Vyasdev. The goal is Nisreyasaya Lokasya. To bring the ultimate good to Lokasya, to one and all. That was the goal. So when he created, 4 Vedas, he saw the people were not becoming Krishna conscious. So his purpose was getting failed. Then he separated the philosophy separate and the story separate. That he called Upanishad and Purana. Still people are not understanding. So what to do. Then finally he compiled Mahabharata. Mahabharata is known as 5th Veda. Dam Itihas Puranam cha Pancham Ved cha Uchyate. Itihas Purana Mahabharata is known as Pancham Ved, 5th Veda. Still people were not happy. So we all know that how Vyasdeva is so demoralized, depressed, and he was sitting on the bank of Saraswati. He had done all these things, but still people are not becoming happy. So they are very disappointed. And then his guru, Narad Muni, came. And Narad Muni asked him to compile something for the pleasure of Vishnu and Vaishnava. And on his order, he compiled this Srimad-Bhagavatam Mahapurana. So Chakara means not only compiled, but he compiled many other for one goal, and that was Nisresaya Lokasya. Prabhupada said there are prayers and shreyas. So Nisresaya. Nih means, Shreya means ultimate goal. Or Nih means after getting that, ultimate goal, you don't come back. Nisresaya. Nikrishna Rupena Shreya. Iti Nisresaya. Means after, if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, if you have Krishna, then you will not come down. A devotee of the Lord, when they get Krishna Prem, they don't come down. Nisresaya Lokasya. So ultimate goal, Bhagavatam, ultimate pleasure, anything in ultimate, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Nisretaya. To whom? Lokasya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is very kind to us because we are part and parcel of the Lord. Just like a kind father who is waiting when his son will come back. We out of our independence, we go away from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Lord, his door is open. He's waiting. He's waiting. Please come, please come, please come. Many times the Lord comes himself. Many times he sends his representative. And here, this time, he appeared himself in the form of Srimad-Bhagavatam. So, Nisayataya Lokasya Dhanya Swasti Ayanam Mahat. So, we all will become fortunate, Dhanyam, or our life will be successful or perfect if we hear this Bhagavatam. So, Srimad-Bhagavatam, the glory of Srimad-Bhagavatam is to make one and all perfect. Anybody who comes in contact with Srimad-Bhagavatam, their life becomes perfect. He'll become perfect human being by studying Bhagavatam. Then perfect human being means one who knows the ultimate goal of life. Nisresaya lokasya. That's what Bhagavatam gives. Now, in beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva, in these 3 verses, first verse talks about, what is Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is Satyam Param Dhimahi. In beginning also Satyam Param Dhimahi, and towards the last also he mentions Satyam Param Dhimahi. So one can get Nisresaya Volokasya. The ultimate benefit will come by Satyam Param Dhimahi, by meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Supreme Personality of Godhead have been characterized, characteristic of Supreme Personality of Godhead have given first canto, first verse, but who is. So if you want to know anything, you can know by its quality, Lakshana. So there are 2 Lakshana. One is called Sarupa Lakshana and other is called Tatastha Lakshana. So both, Tatastha Lakshana means, who can change also. And Sarupa Lakshana means eternal, which can never change. So this first verse describes Janamadasya Tannayadi Taratah Charte Savigya Swara Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavai Muhyanti Suraya Tejo Bari Mridam Yatha Vinamayo Yatrati Sargo Ram Dhamna Swena Sada Nirastapokam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So who is this Supreme Personality of Godhead? Satyam Param Dhimahi. Janmadhyasya. Who is the creator of this material world? Who is the maintainer? And who inherits this? Now this is Tatastha Lakshana of Supreme Personality of Godhead. We know that he does not do himself for creating here Brahma, but sometimes the no Brahma, he also comes. The Tatastha Lakshana. But Janmadasya Otan Adi Itarata. Itarata Charte Savigya Swarat. Itarata and Swarat, they are his Sarup Lakshana. All these have emanated from him. Nobody can create the object for the creation. Only Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how he? Swarat. Swarat means fully independent. We all are dependent on him. So anyway, the first verse describes about the Satyam Param Dhimahi, the absolute truth, that whom we have to meditate. So how is he? And his glory is described in Srimad. And then comes second verse. Dharamaha projita otra Dharamaha projita kaita otra paramo nirmasaranam satam vedam vastava atra vastu sivadam tapatrayo namulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishvara Shraddho Hruda Avarodha Etra Kritavi Susur Subhi Takshana. Why should we hear Srimad Bhagavatam? What is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam? That is given here. Dharamaha projita kaitava atra. Dharma means dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In Bhagavatam, these four are not mentioned anywhere. They are called Purushartha. It's normal sense. They are in Purana, Veda, everywhere. It talks about Veda. In Veda, the Chaturth Purushartha is very nicely mentioned. But the Veda deals only with material world or material thing. But Bhagavatam is beyond material. That's, Krishna says to Arjuna, Nistrayagune Bhavarjuna. How is that? Trayagune Visayan Veda, Nistrayagune Bhavarjuna. Oh Arjuna, the Veda describe about, three modes of material nature. But I want you to be Nistrayagunya. So, devotee of the Lord had to be Nistrayagunya. Free from three modes of material nature. No contamination. And how it will happen? By taking shelter of Bhagavatam. This is the glory of Bhagavatam. Because Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Mame vijay prapadante, maya me tamtrante, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So anybody who takes shelter of Krishna, he becomes free from three modes of material nature. Same way, if anybody takes shelter of Bhagavatam, since Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, he becomes free from three modes of material nature. We all are suffering because of three modes of material nature. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Krishna says, Daivi hesa gunamai mamaya durate. So this is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is one who can free us from the clutches of Maya. Therefore, in the beginning it says, Dharmaha, the Chatuspurthartha, Projita, Prakishta Rupena Ujita. Prabhupada gave example. In forest, there is fire. Everything burned to ashes. But the root is there. And when there is rain, again everything becomes green. Because the root is there. So desire, uti, vasna is there. Or what Bhagavat does? What is the glory of Bhagavatam? Projita means uproots the desire to enjoy this material world. Uproots it. So, if there is no root, how the plant, vegetation will come up? It will not come. So, if there is no root, then we have no desire to be in material world or enjoy material world. So, projita, kaitava atra, this, desire to enjoy this material world through dharma, artha, kama, moksha, bhutartha. Here it said, kaitava. Kaitava, cheating religion. It looks like, yes, I am, following the religious principle. I mean, if we see in today's scenario and thinking of this verse, dharma, artha, kama, moksha is given for a civilized being to remain happy. The foundation of happiness comes from dharma. Now, if you see today, there is dharma in society. So how any can be happy? If there is no foundation and try to build the building will fall. We want to be happy, but no foundation. Veda describes the foundation of happiness is first leg is dharma. Now dharma has four legs: truthfulness, mercifulness, austerity, and cleanness. So dharma is on this four leg. So if somebody is on this four leg and he start doing business or job or anything, and if he earns money, that money in Hindi we call wo shuddha paisa hai. That is pure money. That has no contamination. If you eat contaminated money, then you will become contaminated. Law of nature will not spare whether you accept or not. You may say fire is not hot, but if you touch the fire, it will burn. Same way for eating. You go in eating in restaurant, hotel, all these things. You are applying law of karma. Therefore, we always suggest we eat only prasad, not get food from the restaurant and hotel. So, when you earn money based on this four, pillar of dharma, truthfulness, mercifulness, austerity, and cleanness, then that money, if you use for dharma, artha, kama, or for gratifying senses, then you'll be content. But where there is no dharma and you have collected millions of dollars, these are all money accumulated by sinful activities. So in sin, how one can be happy? You have to have punya, not pap. And today people have forgot about moksha. These two, dharma and moksha are gone. Only left is artha and kama. Even up to 50, 60, 80 years before, like people had this thing, Mahatma Gandhi used to say, if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Health is lost, something is lost. But if character is lost, everything is lost. But you know what they say today? If character is lost, nothing is lost. Wealth is lost, health is lost, something is lost. But if wealth is lost, everything is lost. This is today's philosophy. So Bhagavatam uproots this desire of cheating religion. Dharma projita kaitava atra means in this shastra. Paramo nirmassaranam satam. When this desire is uprooted, then our heart becomes nirmatsaranam and said satam. Our heart becomes purified. Nasta prayasya bhadresu nityam bhagava sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistaki. Shrutam swakatha krishna punya sravana kirtanam hridayantastahi abhadrani vidhunoti suhis satam. We become satam. So Bhagavatam, importance of Bhagavatam, glory of Bhagavatam, is make us satam, nirmasranam satam. There is one santa and there is one sadhu. Sadhu means one whose etiquette, character is good, is called sadhu. One whose character is purified is called sadhu. But one whose heart is purified is called santa. So the glory of Bhagavatam is that it cleanses our heart. It makes us satam. Vedam vastavam atra vastu sivadam. Anything we need to know, the ultimate goal of knowledge has been described in Srimad. Vedam vastavam atra vastu sivadam. Even one word of Srimad Bhagavatam is not extra. When we talk with so many extra word, on when we write flowery language to convince somebody, to make people motivated, and so on, so on. But Bhagavatam only talks about truth. Bhagavatam is not to impress somebody. Bhagavatam is not here to, nowadays we are talking about, motivational, to motivate. Bhagavatam is for pleasure of the Lord. Vedam vastava atra vastu sivadam. Each word, even one word of Bhagavatam is perfect in itself, balanced. Vastavam, not extra. Vedam, the vastavam atra vastu sivadam. And therefore it is sivadam, all auspicious. Bhagavatam is all auspicious. Anybody who hears Bhagavatam, they get benefit. Anybody who live the life of Bhagavad is auspicious. If nothing happens, if anybody reads Bhagavatam, even one sloka, a slok ardha, even you read one sloka, half a sloka, even one word, even nothing happens, let people touch by their hand in Bhagavatam, just touching itself, it's also beneficial. Sivadam. Amalatma Prabhu, I think you are talking. So either you hear or talk. Or, otherwise, I can at least thank God, you and Lakshmi Kant Prabhu are at least showing your face. So only two of you are there, and Lakshmi Kant sometimes goes off. You are only one who's showing your face. So I am talking to you, you are my Parikshit. But if you start talking to somebody else, then I am also talking. Just so please be attentive in hearing Bhagavatam. Then it has meaning. That's what I was talking. Shivadam, if you want auspiciousness, you got to be attentive in hearing Bhagavatam. You got to be serious. Bhagavatam, you not to play around. Vedam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapat trayo unumulanam. Tapatraya. There are three kind of, tapa, heat we have, daihik, daivik, and bhautik. Trayo unumulanam. Again, unumulanam. Uprooting. This is the glory of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavate mahamuni krite kim va parairishvara. If we have Srimad-Bhagavatam, what's the use of studying other grantha, which was given the ripened fruit by, last, child of Vyasdev. What need is there for anything? Saddho, Hridha, Avrodha Krutavi, Susursavi, Takshana. So we have to hear Srimad-Bhagavatam message to establish the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Saddho, Hridha, Avrodha Krutavi. Lord will appear in our heart when we hear Srimad-Bhagavatam. Hear the glory of Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavate mahamuni krite. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also, like Rupa Goswami said, Aradhyo Bhagavan Barje Satanaya Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachita Pasana Brajabadhu Baragena Va Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amlam Prema Pumarto Maha. This was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Said, Aradhyo Bhagavan Barje Satanaya. I only worship my Aradha Devi Brajesh Tanaya, Nandanandan, not when Mathures, not when Dwarkadhis, what to say about Laddu Gopal. Nowadays I've seen a scan, so many devotees are worshipping Laddu Gopal. I don't know where from they got Laddu Gopal. There's no past time for Laddu Gopal in Bhagavatam. They concoction. Our is Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Brajesh Tanaya. Brajendandan Syam Sundar. Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore Janama Marane Gati Ar Nahi More. That is our parampara. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajestanaya. Tad Dhama Vrindavanam. He gives the address. Where does my Lord stay? Vrindavanam, not Mathura, not Dwarika. Vrindavanam. So Vrindavan Lord is my Lord. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajestanaya. Tad Dham Vrindavanam. What does he do, Vrindavan? Ramya Kajit Pasana. He is being worshipped by the Ramya, means by the gopis of Vrindavan. Upasana, he is worshipped by them. Ramya Kajit Pasana. Brajabadhu, I'm Lakshmi ji, Ramya Kajit Pasana, I mean Lakshmi performing tapasya, but he is enjoying with the gopis. Ramya Kajit Pasana. Brajabadhu Bargena Vakalpita. Srimad. And all this glory of the Lord have been described in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavatam Pramalam. Bhagavatam should be life and soul of devotee. We don't need to research on Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is research and given on a maturity by Sukadeva Goswami to us. So Bhagavatam Praman Avalambam Prema Pumartho Mahan. And the ultimate goal of Bhagavatam is to give love of God, which we are hankering for. The glory of Bhagavatam is obtaining love of God. Then next verse comes Nigama Kalaptaro Lagalitam Phalam Sukhamrita Sukhamukhad Amrita Sanjutam Vivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuga. Said Nigama means all Vedic literature. They are like the fruit tree. And Srimad Bhagavatam is ripening fruit from there. Nigama Kalpataro Galitam Phalam. हिंदी में बोलते हैं इसमें गुठली भी नहीं है और जो आम में होता है ना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, आम में कभी कभी रासा निकलता है ना, इसमें रासा भी नहीं है, गुठली भी नहीं है. निगम कलत पर गलितम फलम, एक गलितम फलम है, जूस है फ्रॉम ऑल द वैदिक लिटरेचर. And then said, Sukhamukha drasanjutam. And not only that, it is already ripened fruit and it has been touched by Sukha. I don't know if anybody of you remember, now you live in America, but when you're in India, something. I remember in winter season, we had guava garden, and early morning, we used to go to see is there any guava which has been eaten by a parrot. So fruit is already sweet, but if touched by a parrot, it becomes more sweeter. So Bhagavatam itself is sweet, but it touched by Sukha Mukha Drava Amrita Sanjitam. The Sukadeva Goswami, the parrot of, Sukadeva Goswami, the parrot, who had touched it, and touch is not eating dryly, but his saliva, Drava Sanjitam, his saliva. So saliva of Sukadev is only Krishna, 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 Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami had, put in each word of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna, 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 by following the order of his spiritual master, Sumitra. Therefore, it advised pivata, not, pivata means drinking. So somebody can say, how can I drink Bhagavatam? You drink through your ear reception, from hearing. Pivatam Bhagavatam rasamalayam. A rasamalayam. This is the alaya. Alaya means treasure house of rasa. We are hankering for rasa. And here is treasure house of rasa, Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is glory. There is not ending. Bhagavatam is Amrita, Kathamrita. Amrita gives life. The importance of Bhagavatam, glory of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam brings life. We all are dead without Bhagavatam. We have no life without Krishna. And Krishna, Bhagavatam gives Krishna. Therefore, it says, Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvavaka. O Rasika. Oh, dear devotees. Oh, Bhavuka. Please go on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. What more we need? We need happiness. We need joy. And that comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is glorious Shastra. It has, its glory is described in Bhagavatam and many other Puranas, very nicely. So, my dear devotees, please go on reading Bhagavatam first. I know everybody is craving for distributing Bhagavatam, which is very good. But first taste it and then distribute it. And then you will see, more joy. You will simply go and distribute Bhagavatam, you may get name, fame, and glory. Oh, I distributed so many books, this. Okay. But that glory can also bring you down. Sometimes, make you puffed up. But when you study Bhagavatam nicely, you know it, and you give it, that has different meaning. That is your achana. So I encourage everybody, please read Bhagavatam, page to page, word to word, and joy, swim in the nectar of love of God, love of Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question if anybody has? At least abhi to sab chehra dikhao. Come on, guys. Open your video so we can at least see. Pratul kahan gaya? Pratul looks like he... All right. Yes. Any question anybody had?
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. It was a wonderful class. Prabhu, the last statement you had said that we have to increase the taste of the Bhagavatam. So can you give some highlight for it or some tips or like that?
Bhagavata sunegiya Bhagavata sthane. You have to, Prabhupada gave us this system. Morning Bhagavatam class, evening Gita class, and association of devotees. So we should hear every nast praya, so nityam bhagava sevaya. And when we hear every day, then we develop taste. I mean, Bhagavatam does three things. it described in 11th canto, just like when we eat, tushti, pushti, or third one is strength. We get tushti. When we eat some nice food, we be satisfied. Tushti means we get taste. Pushti, satisfied, and Shakti means energy. The same way, when we hear Bhagavatam, in beginning, of course, you may not like much, but go on hearing, go on hearing, go on hearing. It's nectarian. Then you'll feel content. You'll enjoy in each verse when you start singing. The Bhagavatam can be sung with music or without music. Anybody can sing. A farmer can sing, a student can sing, a woman can sing, man can sing, anybody can sing. The Glories of Srimad-Bhagavatam is so nice. So, first you hear from devotee, tushti, you get content, then pushti, and then you get spiritual strength also. But bottom line is hearing in association with people. Prabhupada, when he was going to America, he wrote that poem, Bhagavate katha se tava avatar dhir haya suna jadi kane barabar. Oh my Lord, you have incarnated in the form of Bhagavatam. Bhagavate katha se tava avatar. But dhir haya, in beginning we may not like to hear, but be patient. Dhir haya sune jadi kane bar bar. Go on hearing, go on hearing, go on hearing, and then you get the taste. Read, hear. By the way, I just want to tell one secret. Prabhupada's books, if you read these books, means you are hearing from Prabhupada directly. Because Prabhupada has not written this book, he has spoken. So it is his lecture. It is katha. So if you're reading Prabhupada's books, means you are hearing directly from Prabhupada. So please read Srila Prabhupada's books and distribute. Hare Krishna. Yes.
There is a question in chat, Prabhu, from Amalatnu, Prabhu.
You got to read out.
We want to listen your personal journey from early days. If you can share few instances, would be wonderful.
It's okay, but it's out of, we are on different gear. And if you want to bring it down, that's a different thing. Nothing much, but anyway. Since you have asked, my personal journey is, still trying to find out what I'm doing. That much I can say. But one thing I am sure, that I am on safe boat, which is being sailed by a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON. So yes, I joined in 1976. I was 17-year-old. And I had Prabhupada's blessing. I got opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada's hand is there on my head. Not just like that, but really his hand is there on my head. I'll just tell you one instant. Prabhupada was in Vrindavan those days, in 77. And the temple person of Vrindavan was Akyanand Swami, and I was his assistant. So Prabhupada used to go morning walk every day. And those days, 3 ambassador cars were bought, one from Bombay, one Vrindavan, one Mayapur. So Akyanand Swami used to drive Prabhupada every day to Jamuna side for morning walk. So one day, I used to come with him, and I used to clean Prabhupada's car by the way. My service was to clean Prabhupada's car, so he can get in car and go for morning walk. So Akyanand Swami wanted to give some file to Prabhupada, and he had forgotten. So he just told me, they will just, he'll be here. If Prabhupada comes, then make him sit, and I'm going to get my file. So he ran upstairs to get his file, and I was there, and Prabhupada came. So I was so excited and nervous that I opened the door like this. I should be other side of the door, but I was this side. So my hand was blocking Prabhupada going inside the car. And I also bent down to offer my obeisance. So one hand I am holding the car, other hand I am bending to offer my obeisance. And Prabhupada is standing. Then I realized what a foolish thing I am doing. And then Prabhupada, I had Sikha You can see even now today I have Sikha. I'm very fond of my Sikha. So Prabhupada did like this. Okay, that's all right. But I'm nervous, so he did like this. So Prabhupada's hand is here on my head. And that's the only one touch that I'm carrying on from 45 years. One touch. So pure devotee of the Lord, anything, their glance, their word, anything can make you Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada touch is making me Krishna. Anyway, there are many things to say, but anyway, if not, anybody else has any question? If not, then we stop here.
No question, Prabhu. But it was really wonderful the way you simplified and described the different cantos of Srimad-Bhagavatam and what they are, and also the point that the Pradhan has all the 24 elements of material nature, but without the glance of the Lord, it could not be accessible by Lord Brahma. That was wonderful.
All right.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for a nice class. I think the way you started with the point, I mean, we are so fortunate to have Srimad Bhagavatam in our lives. So even in heavenly planets, it is not possible to have it unless some saintly person goes there, right? But we all have access to all the time by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. I mean, each and every home can have it, and by the devotees' mercy, distributing Srimad Bhagavatam and having reading. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for bringing that.
Hare
And
Krishna. Yeah, Shyamji will say something.
Thank you
Balram
so
Prasad
much.
Prabhu has a question. I think Balram Prasad Prabhu has a question. Prabhu. Is that
Balram
okay? You have time,
Prasad.
Prabhu?
Hare
I
Krishna.
am okay. Yes.
Devakinandan Prabhu ki jai. All
Hare
glories to Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I very happy that you are here. Whenever you speak, I feel that some inspiration comes for all of us. I don't know where that inspiration comes because you are always inspiring. Even in the talk, the way you do, it's very inspiring. So I had that's one part of it, but I was thinking, Srimad Bhagavatam are doing any services. How do I get that inspiration to do services, Prabhu? If you can share, because you have so much inspiration and enthusiasm. So if you can help us, how we can also do something like that.
Well, Balram Prasad Prabhu, nice question you asked, but it will be nice if I can see you also. I can see your Lord, but not you. Otherwise, I am answering whom. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So this is given by Sripada Rupa Goswami, very nicely described. Ussaha nisya dharya tat karma pravartanat sangatyago shlodhati shravir bhaktir prasiddhati. So you always have to keep this sixth thing in front of your eyes. When I explain this, you may have heard earlier also, Utsaha has three components. Enthusiasm has three components. One, you need a leader who can inspire you. For me, Srila Prabhupada is my leader. He inspires me that in 10-year time, he established a huge house.
Yes.
You know, what am I doing? You know, I have been 45 years. What have I done? Let me do something for his pleasure. So that inspires me. So in a leader can inspire you. Then you have to have means. You may be inspired to do something, but if there are no means, you may want to, go India or in some place and distribute more books, but then no flight ticket how to do. So a scan is means. A scan provides all the means. But even you have a leader, even you have means, but if you don't have your own initiative, you know your own desire. Hindi?
A little bit, Prabhu. I can understand.
Yeah, so they're saying, जो सो रहा है उसको जगाना आसान है, लेकिन जो सोने का ढोंग कर रहा है, one who is sleeping, it's easy to wake him up, but one who is pretending to sleep, very difficult. So as a devotee, we don't have a pretender, we have to be real. We have to have our own initiative. That yes, I want to serve Prabhupada. I want to distribute more books. And if you have that desire, I want to distribute more books. That's the real meaning of utsaha. And of course, other thing will help. Since you asked about enthusiasm, yes. So I remain enthusiastic by these three things. One is, I have a good leader, Srila Prabhupada. He's signing his temple. Second is, ISKCON is here to help me. To all my services, ISKCON is supporting me. And they see that I'm doing good, so okay, they help me. And third is my own initiative. I want to do something good, something good, something good. That keeps me going. There are three components of enthusiasm. Clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, as you said, when I see someone, as I am seeing you, I'm getting inspired. So, but that inspiration is there, enthusiasm is there, but something is backing me not to do that, like that. So that's why.
So that's your own initiative that you have to make it stronger. And how you can make more stronger? By association of sadhu, shastra, and guru.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Be focused in your service. That's more important. Okay, any other question?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very well. All right, so I think we stop here. Go for breakfast. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Shyam Prabhu want to say something, you said, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu. So again, tomorrow, Prabhu is giving class in temple. And although he's there, so we'll have plenty of time for one-to-one question or anything that people may need. And it is very nice if people do that. So, okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everyone.
It will be really nice if you can be face to face. It's too impersonal.
Yeah, so tomorrow.
I mean, I am very uncomfortable. I cannot, because I want to see how you feel. This is two-way track, not one-way track. This two-way track. So when I see face to face, how we are, Sukdev Goswami was not speaking on Zoom. He had all this, stages and everybody was there, face to face. All right. Yeah, it will be practical, but same time. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna.